Somebody will ask me, did you actually see Michael Caine? Well, I'll read you the offending article and then you can make up your own mind. I saw Michael Caine on the Underground in Berlin. He was on his way to work with a package of sandwiches on his lap. Of course, it wasn't really Michael Caine, but this man was his spitting image. His hair was dark though, but Michael Caine would have looked like that if he had dark hair and if he'd been carrying sandwiches on the Underground in Berlin. Even I would like to conjecture down to the sandwiches themselves and perhaps the very material in which they were wrapped. You have to think of it this way. If Michael Caine travelled to work on the U-Bahn in Berlin, dark-haired, but definitely wearing the right glasses, what would he use on a regular basis for wrapping his sandwiches in? I think it would help if we refer to his films, the really important ones, the ones that formed our perception of his character. Alfie. Not much sandwich information in that one. Cafe food and home cooking mostly. The girl he lived with would have tried to be modern. In the historical absence of cling film, she would probably have chosen polythene bags or something like that. The Harry Palmer films are more like it though. The opening sequence of the Ipcress file is redolent of the careful gourmet. This man wouldn't use polythene to cover sandwiches made with good fresh bread. It would go rubbery in minutes. Neither would he use aluminium foil. Condensation again, you see. Someone like Harry Palmer would almost certainly settle for grease-proof paper. I'm sure of it. He'd love pure flavours. Grease-proof paper doesn't change the flavour of its content. As long as it wasn't for long-term sandwich storage, Harry Palmer would have used grease-proof paper. Now, Michael Caine himself has a bit of a reputation as a gastronome. He's invested in restaurants and that sort of thing. One can safely assume he'd be pretty demanding of whatever he wrapped his sandwiches in. So that's it. Couldn't be anything else when you think of it logically. If Michael Caine travelled to work on the Berlin Underground, he would definitely have his sandwiches wrapped in greaseproof paper. Get Carter was pretty good too. More a steak and chips than a sandwich movie though. Thank you, Narco. I was recently a guest of the National Health Service in the wonderful Whittington Hospital, and when you're laying there in the middle of the night you start to feel a bit sorry for yourself, and so this is how I got myself out of that hole. The clock on the wall says 1:48 a.m. While the second hand sweeps its 60 relentless children into the future, somewhere on this floor someone in a ward groans in discomfort as a random movement strains a recent suture. There are stitches and hitches, and possibly someone with untold riches, but they're more likely to be somewhere private, on sheets of 400 threads, than supine upon these purely functional, electronically adjustable beds. And I'm wide awake, in a bit of a state, wishing I was at home with my wife and my cat, wishing for a different present, wishing for an outcome I won't resent, but the struggle in my body allows me little of that. There are moments when the air conditioning hints at silence, when I forget the sounds of pain and potential violence that linger like that sticky, greasy spatter of unidentified organic matter. And all I seek right now is merciful medical guidance. There are damaged knees and deadly diseases. There are heartbeats in a rhythm you hope never ceases. There are bandages, stale sandwiches, powders and plasters, the salutary fallout from illicit thrills, an overdose of pills, or the excruciating results of domestic disasters. There are bad dreams and sad dreams and no dreams at all, and dreams that dim to darkness as the head turns for the very last time to the wall. The clock above my bed says 2:36, and the ferryman gathers in the fares before crossing the River Styx. I missed it in this instance, and yes, I hope I'll miss it for a while longer. Now pull yourself together, man, it's time to be stronger. Thank you very much.